Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, we're gonna get our hops on, It's Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Huck.
Woo! Oh my Atlanta.
There you go.
It is Brewsday Tuesday. My name is DreZ.
Now, I would be Huck.
And today is a special show.
It is.
Believe it or not, this is our 100th episode.
We're 100 shows old.
100.
That's a lot.
This
It's
is
a
a lot.
century of shows.
I didn't think we'd make it this
I
far,
didn't
to be
either.
honest with you, when we
really
first started.
Didn't think we'd make it past a couple of shows we did.
Yeah, so in honor of our 100th episode, we were trying to think of what we could do that would be, kind of special, kind of different. And unfortunately, we didn't realize it was our 100th episode until like a couple days ago.
Yesterday.
So we didn't have a lot of time. So what we did, or what Huck did, was he went to the store and just got some big, badass, awesome beers, our favorite styles, special boys.
What would Huck and DreZ do?
What would
We've
Huck
had
and
those
DreZ
shows before, but this time there was no budget.
And no budget, yeah, no cap,
budget.
no cap. Because I'm throwing down on this one. I don't know how much we can talk
Yeah,
about that.
actually, I was looking for a bottle of Utopias, but that was not to be had.
Yeah, we couldn't get a bottle of Utopias in time. Plus, that would be what, $200 at least.
Yeah, well, on eBay it's like $365 right now.
Yeah, so
No.
But you handed me something that sounds pretty good. It is a wheat ale, which is my style. The Hapaniti. What are you calling this?
I didn't even
Hopanetti?
look. Hoppin'
Hopanti.
Hoppin' tea, I think.
The perennial artisan ales. So this is this is not a big boy, which I'm glad I'm starting with this. Only 4.2% ABV, but I guarantee you it's going to be tasty. And of course, this is a big bottle.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Are
it's
we
a
gonna be
big
able to
boy bottle.
I don't know if we're going to be able to finish this between. We usually try and crush the other beers, during the song in between segments, but
We'll
that
probably
might not
have
happen
to
today.
post game.
Definitely post game.
So and I have a famous beer, relatively famous beer, and only comes out every now and again. A Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA.
The 120.
The 120.
Everybody's heard of the 60 or the 30.
No, there's a 60, a 90.
Oh, the 90, yeah.
Then they have the 75, which is a blend of the 60 and the 90.
I didn't know about the 75.
And they have a 61,
really?
which is on draft somewhere locally, or was last week. So this is the holy grail for hop heads. The beer is continually hopped for over 120 minutes, boil, and then dry hopped for over a month. Enjoy or age for a decade or so.
So it was funny because over the weekend, it was at least a couple of my cousins that just don't like IPAs. And they're like, everybody says, IPA. And like, I'll say I don't like IPAs, but they'll say, you'll like this one. This is one that I guarantee you he would not like. Because is it hoppy as all get out?
Yeah, this is, it's so interesting because of the 120 minutes of hopping. It's so, you're getting that bitterness, but it's also a very, very big beer. It's like very sweet. It's sweet. I didn't even look at the ABV, but I think it's around 10.
It's got to be up there. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I know at least our next round is going to be some big, big boys.
Yeah, it's not clearly here. I might have to look it up. That won't take a minute. But anyway, so it's a big beer. It's really sweet. But amazingly, a lot of times you get a beer like this and it's really, really dark. And this one's more of an orange, tangerine, maybe.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah, but it's still more orange than malt color.
It's thick as all get out.
Oh, it is.
That's hashtag unfiltered to the extreme.
And it's like drinking cough syrup.
Yeah.
Not the bad parts of that, the good parts.
And it'll make you healthy like cough syrup. It'll make you feel better.
I hardly ever get a cold. Having said that, I probably will.
Mm-hmm.
But this has tons of hops, which are good for you, and tons of yeast, which is good for you.
Yeah, of course. All beer is good for you.
18%.
18?
I'm glad that's not a bomber.
Ooh. Yeah.
This is going to be the winner tonight.
That would get us in trouble.
APV.
Yeah, I think so. 18, man. That's a big boy.
But this is a good beer. I don't drink it very often. And I laugh. I don't know if I should name the bar. It's not really a bad thing, but they always comes in and it's kind of a contest who gets a keg of it. And generally in Blacksburg, the seller will get a keg, and sometimes 622 will get a keg
Of the 120?
Yeah, of the 120 usually. Sometimes the underground, but one year the River Mill had a keg of the 120.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, let's go over and get a glass of the 120. I'm with Huckette and Little Huck, and we go over there, and I said, let me have a glass of the 120. And they all go, yeah, we'll have one too. So the guy pours the first one. It's a full pint. As a matter of fact, a full English pint.
It didn't realize what
for
they
like
had.
$7. I said, we'll just take one. And it was delicious, but I'm pretty sure they didn't make their usual uptick on the money on that particular keg of beer.
They probably didn't quite realize what they had.
20 ounces for $7. I think this bottle right here was $13.95.
Yeah, that's for a 12. I remember
it was.
Because I was up in Delaware, obviously, earlier this year for Firefly, and that's Dogfish Head. That's where they're based out of. So I was like, all right, well, I'll bring back some Dogfish beers. And I remembered looking for the one. I was like, oh, maybe the 120. And then I realized, it's like $15 a bottle. I was like, maybe we'll just stick with the 90.
But back to your cousin or friend, is the Dogfish Head 60 Minutes is an IPA that most people like because it's not so bitter. Because of the length of the time that they put the hops in.
Yeah, he made it sound like it's a lost cause. Because we went out and saw some Jackass Flats, which, by the way, fantastic band. If you haven't heard of them or something,
I've heard of them, but I haven't heard them.
They're great, dude. Really, really great out of Richmond. Either way, so we saw them at a place called the Camel, and they had a great beer selection.
Camel Toe?
Yeah, it was
Camel Toe.
Well, Camel Towing Incorporated.
Yeah.
No, but they had a great beer selection, and they had some I had like a tropical IPA, which I thought, maybe he would like. No. And there was another IPA I had too. Same thing, like good stuff. But I guess, it's not everyone's cup of tea, which is fair, just like we're not huge on certain flavors ourselves.
Well, DreZ, some people you just can't reach. And that's the way he wants to be.
It's very true.
Yeah, you just can't reach.
Well, let's go ahead and untap these bad boys, which, by the way, Untapped is how we like to rate our beers. It's a free beer app that you can download to your mobile device. And you can friend people on there. DreZ Drinks is my handle. Huck's Beer Buzz is his. You can check in beers. That way, for me, I mainly use it as a reminder to see if, have I tried that? I think I have. Did I like it? Before you go buying, some big fancy craft beers. That's my main reason.
Well, I do it because a lot of people value, I guess, my opinion about beer, and they'll ask me what I think of a beer. And, of course, I drink a lot of beers. I think I average 2 to 3 new beers a day over the last 7 years. So it's hard to remember. Yeah. And I use it to track the beer, and so I will rate the beer accordingly. Yeah. Of course, there's a few idiosyncrasies to my ratings.
Yeah, if you are an avid craft beer drinker, I highly, highly recommend you check it out.
I pay like $5 a month, and I get some stats. DreZ shaking his head.
I can't pay for
There's a nickel in his pocket screaming right now.
Yeah. Either way.
Anyway.
What do you think of your 120 over there?
I would say probably the first time I drank this, I gave it a 5 because there were a few beers like this.
Yes, very true. And there still are a few beers like that.
I think this beer could actually stand with some aging. It does taste a little young, but it's quite smooth.
You don't know what the...
There's no date
I know you
on
looked
it.
for a date on the bottle, so we don't know how old it is.
No, I don't know, but it just came out. I mean, the shelf was full, and she said they're not going to last long. Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen it on tap anywhere yet, so it must have just come out.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Or just got to Southwest Virginia on the Wells Fargo stagecoach. So in any case, I'm going to give it a 4 point... I'm on the fence here. 5. I'm going to give 4.5.
So now you would hope and think that, with our 100th show, we'd get beers that
would
could
earn
get all 5s.
But this is not, okay. This is the only one that's not completely new to us.
I got a funny feeling that we'll see.
We'll see.
And like you were saying, yes.
And I was on the edge of 4.75, so I'll do that. I'll do 4.75 because...
Well, you don't need to,
no, it's really close.
No, 4.5.
It's really close.
Don't change it just because of something I said. You said 4.5.
I was on the fence.
Well, either way. Now over here to something drastically different, which I'll go ahead and read the synopsis of this beer. A wave of tropical fruit and spice brighten this lively tart wheat ale, taking the German Berliner Weisse tradition on an island run. Hopfenty, what did you call it? How do you like to pronounce this?
Hopfenty. looked like to me.
It's an F. It's Hopfentea. Hopfentea. It's like a German thing.
Huffing it.
Pairs well with light appetizers, fish, and high humidity. Well, we don't have any of those going on, so maybe it'd be better if we did. But it is light. It is fruity. It's an interesting drink. It's as advertised. The smell is good. I mean, as far as wheat ales, this might even be a little too fruity than for what I usually like, and almost kind of florally. Maybe that I might just be looking at the bottle and thinking that. But let me do one more swig before I.
Yeah, I've never heard of a beer being too fruity. For you.
Well, for me, yeah, I was about to say, really. Well, I think this one might be there. It's pretty tart. It's not bad. It's almost, it's very, very tart. I think this one's probably I'd hate to give anything under a 4 on this show, but it might just be a 3.75. Honestly, it's pretty damn tart. It might be. It's a tad bit tart for my taste. We'll let you be the judge over the break, see what you think of it.
Yeah, I'll see what I think.
That's the Hopfentea from Perennial Artisan Ales. I feel like we've had something from them.
Yeah, we
before.
have. They're around.
Yeah. Either way.
They make some pretty good beers, but I think they do edge towards the tart ones.
The next round is going to be interesting. Brewsday Tuesday continues our 100th show.
I feel so old.
We'll be back with more brews right after this. Stick around.